Hey, what's up there, folks? How you doing? Steve here. How y'all doing tonight? I'm doing okay. Did some exercising before doing anything else tonight. So, hope everybody is doing okay. Also, started to build up my Twitch channel for our uh, Sunday show for the extension of our uh, Last Call Cafe brand, which will be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll still do our Spreaker broadcast if we ever have the technical issues in downtown Jackson fixed. Anyway, we'll talk about that when the time comes. The next little thing, we're going to try and put a chat room up. So it's all coming together slowly but surely, and we hope to get it all in before sometime in March. I know what I got to do tomorrow as well. Let's call and see how my mom's doing when they're going to bring her back to the casa. So it's all coming along very nicely, and I thank everybody for your concerns. Right now, let's get to what we do for a hopeful living, and that is give you sports and a whole lot more. And two big stories tonight. We're going to give them to you right now. Let's give you first the MLB lockout, day 89. Oh, God. That's right. The Major League Baseball owner imposed lockout is on the precipice of compromising the regular season. As you know, Monday, 28th of February marks the league's self-imposed deadline for when a new collective bargaining agreement must be reached before regular season games are canceled. This marked the first time in 27 years that regular season contests are impacted by a work stoppage. The 2020 season, during Monday's meeting, Major League Baseball informed the Players Association it is willing to miss a month's worth of games and took a more threatening tone, or so says Evan Drellich of The Athletic. Earlier this month, Commissioner Rob Manfred said the missing games would be a disastrous outcome for the sport, words that have rung hollow in the weeks since. The two sides began meetings at 10 a.m. Eastern on Monday in Jupiter, Florida, and we're still going on into the night. Manfred told a group of reporters on site that they're working at it shortly after meeting with players at 6 p.m. Eastern. Now, around 8:35 p.m., a representative, by the way, that's Eastern time, a representative from the owner's side was sent back to meet with the players. It is believed this was the sixth separate meeting between the two sides on Monday. Evan Drellich, again of The Athletic, indicates that there has been movement towards a deal. The owners have presented the players with two options, and here they are. 14 playoff teams, a minimum salary of around $700,000 and about $40 million in a bonus pool divided amongst the best pre-arbitration players. And 12 playoff teams, a minimum salary, or 12 playoff teams, a minimum salary of around $675,000 and around $20 million in the pre-arbitration bonus pool. Now, Jeff Passan of ESPN said that the two sides could continue negotiations on Tuesday and avoid pushing opening day back despite the league's deadline. Our friends at CBS Sports have provided a timeline of the lockout, but I think we already know what's what, where's where. The short version is that the owners placed the padlocks on when the previous CBA expired. They were under no obligation to do so, but it was labeled as a defensive maneuver. The league then waited more than 6 weeks to make its first proposal. The two sides have since had a number of in-person negotiations with some of the main sticking points, including the comprehensive balance tax, revenue sharing, the breakdown of players who qualify for Super 2 status and arbitration, and the league minimum salary. So right now, they're still talking. And that is the latest from the Major League Basketball Fandango. Now, also some big news, and wow, we'll give you all that in the headlines. But right now, let's get you underway with our scoreboard presented by Caesar Sportsbook. Remember, we are all Caesars, but even Caesars know their limits. And if you need any help on that, then give our good friends at the National Gambling Helpline a little buzz at 1-800-522-4700. That's 1-800-522-4700. The National Gambling Helpline provides confidential information, advice, and support. So if you have a gambling problem, those are nice people to talk to. 24 hours a day, confidential, national problem gambling hotline, 1-800-522-4700. Okay, let's get on with this little thing. Everything is a final, so let's get on to it. The Orlando Magic beat the Indiana Pacers by a score of 119-103. Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 127-122. The Miami Heat over the Chicago Bulls 112-99. Toronto Raptors defeated the Brooklyn Nets by a score of 133-97. The defending NBA champion Milwaukee Bucks just decimated the Charlotte Hornets 130-106. Memphis Grizzlies over the San Antonio Spurs 118-105. And the Sacramento Kings beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 131-110. Let's now take you over to college basketball. First off, the women of college basketball. And we got the scoreboard right there, Paul Revere. Only one game? Well, there's only one game to report on. And that was the 5th-ranked Baylor beating 8th-ranked Iowa State 87-62. And there you go. Happy landings. Okay, and let's give you the other side of the coin. That is, of course, the men and their college basketball scoreboard for Monday. Only one game remaining, and that is late in the first half. Right now, it's 17th ranked UCLA and Washington. They are tied 25-25, 2:09 left to play in the first half. Final scores: third-ranked Baylor over 21st Third-ranked Baylor defeated 21-ranked Texas 68-61. 12th-ranked Texas Tech over Kansas State 73-68, and 24th-ranked Iowa over Northwestern 82-61. Boy, this is a fast show today. Okay, let's head on over to the G League. There we go. Let's head over to the G League. There we go. And Hootman. Okay, here we go to the G League. And we got two games that are still going on, so let's give you those scores. 6:51 remaining. It is Santa Cruz Warriors over the G League Ignite 99-89, and with 3:35 remaining, both in the fourth quarter, by the way. The Agua Caliente Clippers lead the Birmingham Squadron by a score of 112-95. Your final scores: Hi. Can we get the final scores? Thank you. Oh, there we go. All right. Final scores coming in. Oklahoma City Blue beat the Austin Spurs 108-100. Capital City Go-Go beat Cleveland Charge 114-105. Salt Lake City Stars over the Iowa Wolves 113-109. And that is it for the G League. Wow. That is incredible. So here we go, folks. We're going to now go from the hardwood to the hard, fake, synthetic ice. And Yahudi. So let's go from the hardwood to the ice of the NHL. And only 3 games. I know. Seriously, 3 games on the schedule. Let's go for the one that is still going on. And early in the second period, it is the Boston Bruins over the LA Kings 3-0. Let's hit the final scores and go with pride and gusto. Maple Leafs over the Capitals 5-3. Holt for Toronto, 1 goal, 1 assist. Marner for Toronto, 2 assists. And Wilson for Washington, 2 goals. And the New Jersey Devils took it to the Vancouver Canucks and skinned them live 7-2. Hughes for New Jersey, 1 goal, 1 assist. Sharangovich for New Jersey, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Mercer for New Jersey, 1 goal, 1 assist. And that be that of that. Let's go now and hit the hockey scoreboard for college, and that means we go to the men. And there were no games on the slate for the men. How about the ladies? They had to have maybe one. No games scheduled for the ladies either. So we hit the dusty trail for the minor leagues. And for that, we go straight to the AHL. Did they have any scores for us? Any action? Well, let's see. Only one game to report. It was the Laval Rockets in a shootout. The Laval Rocket in a shootout, beating the Cleveland Monsters 2-1. And we go now from there to the Big O for the Ontario Hockey League. And there were no games scheduled for Monday, the last Monday, by the way, of the month of February. Tomorrow is February 1st. Okay, so let's get over and do the rest of minor league hockey. A little thrill, a little dance. Let's go first to the ECHL, the ECHL, which is, at least in initials, the East Coast Hockey League. And let's see if we got any final scores. And don't hit that Geico ad. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the scores. See if anything occurred. And I don't even think nope, the East Coast Hockey League was not in action tonight. They'll be in action tomorrow. 2 games in the ECHL on that night. So they took Monday off. Let's go to the Southern Professional Hockey League, the Spiel. And it's Spiel. Yes, sir, Spiel away. And I can tell right now that no game scheduled for the Spiel either because it's Monday. Okay, let's go to the FIPL, the Federal Prospect Hockey League. And did they have any scores? Well, we shall find out. Let's go to our roll here. And let's see. No action from any of the minor league games tonight. So, wow. Well, before we do anything, let's do a little promo for Nick Ricada. So here we go, kids. And tonight on the Rekieta Law channel here on YouTube. Nick Rekieta has his Monday night edition of Law Splaining the Interwebs with the humble Minnesota lawyer, Nick Rekieta. And tonight, he will have a whiskey review and the opening argument review of the case of Dr. Husel and whatever else fills the bill for tonight's action. It's Monday Night Melange, as I say, 7 minutes away with host Nick Rekieta and some great guests and some good chat. And it's uncensored, unexpurgated, but hilarity does ensue with the madman of lawyering, the humble Mr. Nick Rekieta. So go to the Rekieta Law channel here on YouTube and get yourself some learned knowledge from a man who is more no nonsense than Ben Matlock, Nick Rekieta, and Law Splaining the Interwebs coming up at midnight Eastern, 11 Central here on YouTube at the Rekieta Law channel. So there you go. All right. Yes, all right. Now let's get you involved with the sports headlines, and we'll get to the main one right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah, let's go to the main one. And wow, this has got baseball stunned, both player and owner. The Miami Marlins and CEO Derek Jeter have mutually agreed to part ways. Jeter is stepping down immediately, he announced Monday, in a surprise and shocking move. The Hall of Famer was baseball's first and still the sports-only black chief executive officer. The statement we have that Jeter released explained his decision, which he said was influenced by the vision for the future of the Marlins. This is what he said. Today I am announcing that the Miami Marlins and I are officially ending our relationship, and I will no longer serve as CEO nor as a shareholder in the club. We had a vision 5 years ago to turn the Marlins franchise around, and as CEO, I've been proud to put my name and reputation on the line to make our plan a reality. Through hard work, trust, and accountability, we transformed every aspect of the franchise, reshaping the workforce and developing a long-term strategic plan for success. That said, the vision for the future of the franchise is different than the one I signed up to lead. Now is the right time for me to step aside as a new season begins. My family and I would like to thank our incredible staff, Marlins fans, Marlins players, and the greater Miami community for welcoming us with open arms and making us feel at home. The organization is stronger today than it was 5 years ago, and I am thankful and grateful to have been a part of this team. End quote. Now, seeing the vision for the future of the franchise is different than the one I signed up to lead is got to raise some eyebrows, and has. And his abrupt departure suggests a falling out with others in the organization. Now, Jeter joined the Marlins as part of Bruce Sherman's ownership group in 2017 when they purchased the team for $1.2 billion from Jeffrey Loria. Jeter held a 4% stake in the franchise and earned a $5 million per year salary. His contract was set to expire after this year. Miami Marlins, Bruce Sherman, one of the owners, said in a statement, the Miami Marlins and Derek Jeter announced today they have agreed to officially end their relationship. The Marlins thank Derek for his many contributions and wish him luck in his future endeavors. We have a deep bench of talent that will oversee both business and baseball decisions while we work to identify a new CEO to lead our franchise. The ownership group is committed to keep investing in the future of this franchise, and we are determined to build a team that will return to the postseason and excite Marlin fans and the local community. End quote. Now, as CEO, Jeter held significant input into the team's front office and baseball operations over the years. Now, among those in his inner circle with the Marlins were General Manager Kim Ning and Director of Player Development and Scouting Gary Denbo, both of whom have a long history with Jeter dating back to their time with the New York Yankees. The Club's coaching and player development staff also feature many former Yankee players and personnel. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred said in a statement, Derek is a winner on and off the field. In addition to his valuable contributions as a front office executive, he was a highly respected voice on our diversity and competition committees. He helped build a talented front office with the Marlins, including moving the game forward by hiring women in top roles in the club's baseball operations and executive leadership, and a foundation that has positioned the Marlins for long-term success. Derek is a pillar of our game, and we look forward to his future contributions to baseball, end quote. Now, his stepping down comes at a crucial and historically significant time for baseball. The ongoing owner-initiated lockout is already the second largest work stoppage in baseball history. And Monday is an artificial deadline for the two sides to strike a deal and avoid a delayed opening day and canceling regular season games. Now, that said, Jeter's stepping down allows the Marlins to find a new CEO and tailor their search to the terms of the new CBA agreement whenever that is finalized. I'm taking a drink. Now, the New York Post, Joel Sherman, reports that Jeter believed the Marlins will have an additional $10 to $15 million to spend on payroll after the lockout. And that's no longer the case. That is central to Jeter's decision to leave as CEO. Now, some MLB players, including Mets star shortstop Francisco Lindor, praised Jeter's move and the timing of it, rallying around the idea of a former player not willing to go along with an owner who was unwilling to spend. Oops. Now, soon after Jeter and Sherman took over in 2017, the Marlins gutted payroll and jettisoned top-end talent like Christian Yelich, Marcell Ozuna, JT Realmuto, and then reigning NL MVP Giancarlo Stanton. The club is attempting to rebuild through the farm system, and while they qualified for the expanded postseason with a 31-29 record in the coronavirus year, 2020, they lost 95 games in the three full 162-game seasons of the Jeter-Sherman era. Okay, so good luck. Now, let's get back to more headlines. And one of those headlines is that WAP and WAP. And we got a lot to talk about on this one, but we shall do so. Well, we knew this was coming, but we didn't think it would be hard. But since Vladimir Putin ordered his troops to invade Ukraine, the entire world is giving Putin an eyeful and Russia a big headache. And ooh la la, sports-wise, it is not very, very happy news for Russia. And here we go. The Russian, in fact, Russia sports-wise not only has banking sessions, they've been removed from the ultimate banking, this SWIFT thing that they were a part of. Their airliner Aeroflot has been banned, and some airliners have severed ties with the Russian airliner. And in entertainment, Russia has been banned from this year's Eurovision singing contest. But now They've been hit and hit big. And that is that two of the giants in international soccer, the folks at FIFA, which owns the World Cup, and UEFA have banned Russian soccer teams playing in the World Cup and beyond. Russia teams were suspended Monday from all international soccer events, including the qualifying matches for the 2022 World Cup, as Moscow was pushed toward pariah status in sports for its invasion of the Ukraine. World Soccer's governing body, FIFA, and European authority, UEFA, banned Russian national and club teams from competition until further notice. Russia's men's national team had been scheduled to play in World Cup qualifying playoffs in just 3 weeks' time. FIFA and UEFA said in a joint statement, "Football is fully united here and in full solidarity with all the people affected in the Ukraine." End quote. The high-level punishment involving sports and politics, something not seen in decades, came after the International Olympic Committee pushed dozens of sports governing bodies to exclude Russian athletes from international events. And Formula One started the ball rolling when they decided to cancel the Russian Grand Prix, which was on their schedule, but there you go. Now, denying Russia a place on the international stage could deliver a financial and psychological blow to the country, along with tarnishing its image as a sports powerhouse. Cry me a damn river. That's right. In fact, the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, has urged sports bodies to ban both Russian and Belarusian athletes and officials from international competition following its invasion of Ukraine. The organization announced Monday amid increasing numbers of national teams and associations refusing to host events in or play matches against either country. Boop. The IOC said the move would protect the integrity of global sports competitions and the safety of all participants. Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, which is supported by Belarus, has created an unsolvable dilemma for the Olympic movement, the IOC said, which aims to foster peace through sport and treat athletes fairly and independently from the actions of their governments. However, the invasion threatens this principle of fairness, the IOC said, because though athletes from Russia and Belarus can continue to compete internationally unless restrictions are imposed upon them, many Ukrainian athletes are prevented from doing so because of the attack on their country. In events where Russian or Belarusian participation cannot be avoided, for example, due to legal or organizational reasons, athletes and officials should only take part as neutral competitors with no symbols, colors, flags, or anthems, the IOC said. The IOC also said Russian President Vladimir Putin has been stripped of his Olympic Order award, along with Deputy Prime Minister Dmitry Cheryshenko and Deputy Chief of Staff Dmitry Kozak for the, quote, extremely grave violation of the Olympic truce, end quote. Now, in Paralympics, the International Paralympic Committee is set to meet Wednesday to discuss Russia's invasion of Ukraine and Belarus's assistance. The IOC denounced Russia's invasion of the Ukraine amid the Beijing Olympics and Paralympic Games as a violation of the Olympic truce. The truce, which all 193 UN member states, Russia included, agreed to uphold, calls for cessation of hostilities during the Games and for a short period after they conclude. It dates back to the very beginning of the Olympic movement and serves to promote peace and ensure athletes' safe passage to the Games. Though it is non-binding, there are no formal consequences for breaking it. The IOC is the latest in a multitude of sports figures to condemn the invasion of Ukraine. Teams and organizations have distanced themselves from Russian sponsors. National teams have refused to play against Russian competitors, and organizations, as we said, like UEFA, the Formula One, have decided against hosting events in Russia. FIFA, the world's governing body, has suspended Russia, in fact, banned them. And not only that, but now you can put the NHL in that little department. That's right. In fact, there is a statement. In fact, we can't, put it up, but here we go. The NHL made it clear tonight that they strongly condemn the ongoing Russian invasion of the Ukraine. The league released a statement outlining its new guidelines in handling matters with Russia effective immediately, ending relationships with the country. Hi there. Where is it? For the time being. In fact, we are going to read to you the statement in full. And here we go with the statement from the National Hockey League. And it goes such as this. The National Hockey League condemns Russia's invasion of Ukraine and urges a peaceful resolution as quickly as possible. Effective immediately, we are suspending our relationships with our business partners in Russia, and we are pausing our Russian language social and digital media sites. In addition, we are discontinuing any consideration of Russia as a location for any future competitions involving the NHL. We also remain concerned about the well being of the players from Russia who play in the NHL on behalf of their NHL clubs and not on behalf of Russia. We understand that they and their families are being placed in an extremely difficult position. That from the National Hockey League. And the NHL statement follows the lead of the International Ice Hockey Federation, which said Monday that teams from Belarus and Russia will be banned from participating in international hockey events until further notice. The IIHF also announced that they will relocate the 2023 World Junior Championship tournaments out of Russia, saith ESPN. While Russian hockey players make up about 5% of the league, the most notable of those, Capitals forward Alex Ovechkin, has faced backlash for his previous support of Russian President Vladimir Putin. During his media session after Friday's practice, Ovechkin preached a message of peace after what he saw transpiring in the Ukraine. Well, while the NHL and Ovechkin have seemingly done their parts in speaking and acting out against Russia, Hall of Fame goaltender Dominik Hasek thinks that there's more work to be done. He sounded off on Twitter Saturday, going so far as to call Ovechkin a certain terminology of a chicken. He said, quote, the NHL must immediately suspend contracts for all Russian players. Every athlete represents not only himself and his club, but also his country and its values and actions. That is a fact. If the NHL doesn't do so, it has indirect co-responsibility for the dead in the Ukraine. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. But, it has not. This has, and I'm just going to say this right now. I don't like to talk politics during a sports show, but I just want to say this. Our hearts, our minds, and our souls and our spirits, our prayers and good vibes are in are to the folks in the Ukraine. What Putin has done is tantamount to violation of so many international laws that there is an investigation, and if the investigation comes out the way I have a feeling, then Vladimir Putin will be under the ultimate of all scrutiny as a war criminal for crimes against humanity. Right now, he has urged the nuclear thing. I want to get the wording correct. But, well, He has his goon squad have arrested protesters and are closing down and arresting journalists as well who speak out. Um, also, Putin has already, trying to find the words here. Uh, he has already, let's see if I can do this. If I can look this up. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you for this. Russia's invasion of the Ukraine continues with violence and death, facing stronger than expected resistance from the Ukrainians. Russia is also seeing intensified isolation from much of the rest of the world, with the exception of China. More of Russia has been cut off from the world banking system. The value of the ruble has cratered, losing about a quarter of its value. The Russian central bank more than doubled interest rates to 20%. Even some Russian oligarchs are pressuring President Vladimir Putin to end the war, but Putin's rhetoric has also intensified to include direct reference to his nation's vast nuclear stockpile, placing the country on its highest state of alert and forcing an appraisal of the equilibrium that keeps nuclear armed countries from destroying themselves and the world. Um, this is what he told uh, Russian viewers, on state television Sunday. Quote, top officials in leading NATO countries have allowed themselves to make aggressive comments about our country. Therefore, I hereby order the Minister of Defense and the Chief of the General Staff to place the Russian Army Deterrence Force on combat alert. Now, Russia's nuclear weapons are part of its deterrence strategy. Russia took control of arms from other former Soviet republics, including the Ukraine and Belarus, in the 90s. And should we Americans be worried? President Biden says no, but I would bet the farm on that. And there are some that say that that Putin's whole demeanor has, well, changed a little bit. That Putin has no cell phone, doesn't even have internet, and that he is literally cut off from the world. Yet he is showing signs that um, of a certain very historic leader in, I do believe, World War II Germany. And that's about as close as I will go with that. But they're saying Putin's gone nuts. And I will tell you, the president of the president of the Ukraine, Zelensky. Let's see, I'm trying to get his first name. Vladimir Zelensky. I mean, this is a brave individual. He is truly, and I'm going to say it, he is truly a president of the people. He is fighting alongside them, not hiding, but he will defend his people and his country. Now, that's a true leader. Anyway, just want to make mention that we also stand with the Ukraine, and one other thing, and it's simply this: Russia, you're You're on the hot seat. And by the way, the International Olympic Committee, you're now on the clock should this continue. And I have a feeling it will. So, and his threat that if the West interferes in any way, shape, or form, there will be consequences. Not only that, but the United Nations, once again, with the Russia and China, the power of veto, that got vetoed from their own condemnation by guess who? The Russians. Anyway, don't tell me we're still on the air. So that's where we're at right now. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're still on. Okay, we're still on. Hopefully you got that because I'm not going to repeat it. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for us. Oh, no, it isn't. Ha-ha. I knew we would forget. We got the international stuff to do, so we're going to do it. Boop. All right, let's get you up to date on the scores from Monday. In the soccer championship, Swansea City over West Bromwich Albion 2-0. Irish Premier Soccer, Shamrock over Drogheda 3-1. UCD and Shelbourne ended in a 0-0 tie. Dundalk beat Finharp 3-0. Derry City and Sligo Rovers goose egged Bohemians and defeated St. Patrick's Athletic 1-0. Spanish La Liga, Granada and Cadiz ended in a 0-0 tie. Italian cities Atalanta defeated Sampdoria 4-0. Danish Superliga action, Brøndby over Sanderski 1-0. Greek Super League, Atromitis over Apollon 2-0. Giannina over Lamia 1-0. Portugal, Sporting Braga and Santa Clara goose eggs. The Russian Premier League, Zenit St. Pete defeated Rubin Kazan 3-2. Turkish Super League had Fenerbahce over Kazampaza 2-1. And in Major League Soccer here in the States, it was Houston Dynamo and Real Salt Lake goose eggs. Nashville over Seattle Sounders 1-0. Okay, we're down to our last little segment. And then we will say goodnight to you. So here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's get you before we, by the way, welcome to March. Okay, let's see. Let's go to World Cup basketball qualifications. First round, Brazil over Colombia. 1973, and Uruguay over Chile, 78-67. In Australasia World Cup qualifying basketball, Australia defeated Chinese Taipei 90-71. New Zealand defeated India 95-60. And the World Cup qualifications for Europe, Finland over Slovenia 83-79. Poland over Estonia 70-68. Serbia over Slovakia 71-63. Greece over Turkey 76-67. Latvia over Belgium 68-63. Croatia over Sweden in overtime 105-98. Germany over Israel 84-80. And we have update. The Boston Bruins lead the Los Angeles Kings in the 18th minute of period number 2, 5-0. In Finland, Karpat over Asat 4-1. Japanese preseason baseball. Second inning, Oric Buffaloes over the Chibalati Marines 1-0. And in the Test Series cricket, South Africa defeated New Zealand by 198 runs. Meanwhile, in the one-day international, Afghanistan beat Bangladesh by 7 wickets. And that, friends, is going to wrap it up for us, and not a moment too soon. Want to thank you all very much for tuning in. We had no media report tonight, but we are sure to have one on tomorrow. If there are any sports we forgot to bring you, we will do it again because we are tight on time on the state. But we thank you all for joining us, and we will get back to you tomorrow night at 11:35. So we'll look forward to your visit then. It'll be a Tuesday, so get ready to enjoy. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will talk to you tomorrow. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk here at the Tom O'Neill Studios. Steve Baxley saying good night, everybody. I am the Baxman. Cuckoo Cachoo.